He's already gone.
Do what?
No, he's already gone on vacay.
Oh, yeah,
Gary.
yeah. How you been, Ron? You gonna be speaking today or just observing? All right. I always look forward, because if you're here, I know there's always a 50-50. Yeah. Let's get started. All right. Janet, you ready? All right. The City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas will meet in a special meeting in City Hall Council Chambers located at 1716 West Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, on Friday, June 11th, 2021 at 10 a.m. Roll call from my left, please. Y'all's here.
Evans here.
Mullins here.
We have a quorum. Citizens' comments, we did have a person that signed up, however, they're not here. So since they're not here, I'm going to skip reading that, and we'll go into new business. Item 1A, discuss and/or take action to move the June 22nd, 2021 regular meeting. We're going to have a couple of folks that know they're going to be out, and another that may possibly be out. So I would like to suggest that we move the meeting from June the 22nd to June the 29th at 6:30 p.m. Can I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to move the June 22nd meeting to June 29th, 6:30 p.m.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
We're good that everybody can be there for the June 29, 6:30?
I believe everybody can be, yes.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Vote from my left, please.
Y'all's yes.
Evans, yes.
Mullins, yes.
Thank you. Item 1B, discuss and/or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-019, approving a grant of $25,000 to the Great American Package Company. A resolution approving the grant for $25,000 for American Package Company. May I have a motion, please?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to discuss and or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-019, approving a grant of $25,000 to Great American Package Company.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And discussion. Ms. Cooper, you want to tell us about this? It works now.
Yay.
The woman who is taking over that liquor store, the liquor store where the Willie Nelson mural is, that's the best way to describe it, wants to bring it into the 21st century, basically. And she is putting a lot of money into it, well over the $50,000. The one thing that one of the board members had a question about was a daiquiri machine, and yes, she can do that. She has really taken care of all of her liquor permits and everything. She is in very good shape, and she is ready to go. Lori Thompson is her name. Her real job is she's an Aflac insurance person. Her financials are good. As you know, I always check everybody's financials, and I tell them the reason I have to is even though this loan is retroactive, we are not going to get into a situation where somebody can't finish what they start, and we're stuck with a half-done building. So I still have to see their financials, and hers are very good.
You mentioned loan, and the paperwork says grant. Which one is it?
Sorry?
You mentioned just now that this was a loan, but the document here says it's a grant.
Oh, no, it is a grant. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say loan.
It's okay. I just wanted to clarify and make
Yeah,
sure.
oh,
which one it was.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
They're all grants, yes.
Question?
Yes, sir.
The policies for redevelopment grants, copy before me this morning, said to be eligible, requester, the business must indicate new sales tax revenue to be generated and number of new jobs created. Do we have any data from this lady on this?
That is no longer in our application, Mr. Foster. As you're aware, we had put that in, and it should not have gone in. It was added, and that was a mistake. What we need is to get our buildings brought up to par, whether or not they're bringing in sales tax. And as a matter of fact, a lot of our medical things do not bring in any sales tax, but we still want those buildings to be brought up to par.
Well, I have guidelines here, 2019 redevelopment grant program approved by the city council. Has something been approved since then? As you recall, when I was on the board, we repeatedly asked for these grant applications to be put on a proper form, one of which the letter requested and required this kind of information. I'm just wondering, when did we change it that that's no longer required?
Mr. Foster, you were at the board meeting where all of this was gone through. You know all the answers to those questions.
Well,
Please, can we just move on?
No, we can move on, but all I'm saying is there's an established set of guidelines here. If the council wants to go ahead and approve anything they want to, ignoring these, that's council's prerogative.
The council has been ignoring these for a long time with all the medical things that we have done. And I know they are in favor of them because we need to bring in all kinds of things besides sales tax. It is a bad application. Robin and I are trying to find the time to get those applications taken care of, bring it to council, make sure they're happy with the way they are. And as you know from the board meeting, we also want to have only one application to simplify everything.
Well, the EDC handbook on the Texas Municipal League specifically states that performance agreements would also be required
Not for a program, sir.
for a grant.
For a grant?
No, not for a program.
So a grant
Yes,
is-
this is a
Performance
program.
Performance agreement is required for a project, but a program, it's not.
Gotcha. Project versus
Okay.
Always
program.
wrote us a two-page performance agreement saying what they were going to do, and we would have to have the receipts and all of that before we funded it.
And that's what we do here.
So I don't know.
That's what we've been doing, and I know that the admin assistant was telling me yesterday that she's been working on rewriting some forms to adhere to what the board has said they wanted, so.
Well, I just say that under the executive summary of the 2019 redevelopment grant program, marked in yellow is what the council added and approved. And unless we've made any changes, the council can approve anything they want, but I think it's counter to these guidelines.
Mr. Foster,
I
it's
think
your
we-
prerogative to vote no.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think we've moved through this well enough. Mr. Evans, you had a question?
Yeah. On your grants here, are these the owners of the building?
Pardon me?
Are these the owners of the building? Do they own the building?
No, Lisa does not, and we do have her letter from, you don't have a copy of it. We do have her letter from the owner authorizing these changes.
Okay.
So she's a tenant, not an owner.
She is a tenant, yes.
I'd like to go back to the question that was asked earlier by Mr. Foster, just for clarification. Are we suggesting that we don't want to have, and again, I'm not espousing an opinion, I'd just like to hear some more information. Are we suggesting that we don't want any type of EDC development or EDC programs that don't involve specifics like increase in overall tax revenue or jobs? And the reason why I bring that question up is I'm thinking of the element of EDC that improving quality of life for the people of Gun Barrel. We recently heard from a doctor who wants to bring a cardiology clinic to Gun Barrel. I don't know that that's specifically going to increase the jobs footprint or the overall sales tax, but I do know, as I'm thinking right now, just like we discussed at that previous meeting, I've had a family member that suffered from terrible cancer that had to drive to Dallas, sometimes up to 3 and 4 days a week for treatment. And of course, he ended up, passing due to that illness, and I can't help but wonder, what would that have done for his quality of life, being able to drive 15 minutes to the doctor's office instead of driving to Dallas? In some instances, having to stay in a hotel overnight multiple days to be treated, when he could have been doing that at home and going straight back to his home.
This was the one project filled out on the proper forms.
I'm sorry?
This was the one project proposed that was filled out on the proper forms?
This being the Great American Package Company?
No, the one that he's referring to, the cardiologist.
Oh, I wasn't referring to the form, I was referring to the overall EDC.
I'm just saying procedurally, we have a procedure to go through. We either follow it or we don't. That's all I'm saying.
Understood.
Any further question?
No.
Okay. Farms are not on the agenda, I will say that. So if it's not on the right farm, I think that's been made, that point has been made. But as far as what, go from there, I think we stay with what we have as far as the opportunities before us. And
Does the form
Council
change
member.
any element of it being legal?
May not, but I'm just saying that there is an executive summary here that the council approved as for our procedure for putting these together, and I don't think that's being followed. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Other comments or questions?
I have one more question. Because she's a tenant, not an owner, Willie Nelson is not in danger of being removed.
Oh, no, she's enhancing it.
Good.
She knows that is her, yes, that's her claim to fame.
Yes, it is.
You
Okay.
bet.
Thank you.
You bet.
Any further questions?
No.
Vote from my left, please.
Yaw's yes.
Evans, no.
Mullins, yes.
Foster, no?
Gaines, yes. Motion carries. Item 1C, discuss and or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-20, approving a grant of $25,000 to Specialty Medical.
That actually is the one that we actually have two of them today that involve cardiologists, in this case, a pulmonologist as well, and I guess you would call it an aesthetic health aspect. So this is a really great opportunity for us. He already has Cedar Creek Clinic, and he is now purchasing that additional building and may even purchase one more. Lance Popham just keeps moving ahead.
Thank you.
With medical here.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution R-2021-020, approving a grant of $25,000 to Specialty Medical.
Second.
Resolution number R 2021-020 of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, a resolution approving a grant of $25,000 for Specialty Medical. Discussion?
So he's buying a building? Is that what you said?
Sorry?
Is he buying a building?
He has bought the building. Actually, he bought the building and he had to also buy 3 houses behind it. So it cost him over $100,000 to buy the building.
Where's this at? Where's it located?
It's backs onto, is that Loon? Which housing development is that?
Loon Bay?
Loon Bay, yes. It backs onto Loon Bay. He is between Teresa Crier's building and the clinic.
So he's bought 3 residential lots, not 3 houses.
Yes, sorry, yes. 3
There's no houses
residential
over there.
lots plus the building because he had to buy those.
Gotcha.
And he may put houses on those. He's thinking of doing that.
Further questions? Hearing none, vote from my left, please.
Yaw's yes.
Evans, yes.
Mullins, yes.
Foster, no?
Motion carries. Item 1D. Discuss and/or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-021, approving a grant of $25,000 to Farm Bureau Insurance. Resolution number R 2021-021 of the City Council of Gun Barrel City, a resolution approving a grant of $25,000 for Farm Bureau Insurance. May I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to discuss and or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-021, approving a grant of $25,000 to Farm Bureau Insurance.
May I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion, second. Discussion?
Okay, do they own this building, or is it's that little strip mall up there?
Yes, and they also are they're taking in the other suite at the end of it, and they're going to put, this isn't part of their grant yet, but they're going to put one big sign across. Nobody even knows they're there because they have such poor signage. But they're putting in beautiful rock front that you have seen, and then a really nice sign that says Farm Bureau Insurance, so everybody is clear.
So the insurance company bought that little strip.
They're still tenants or they're owners?
I think they're tenants.
Yeah, I know somebody up there.
I think they're tenants, but they've been there for like 16 years.
Yeah.
And they're expanding their office space? Is that what I understood? Okay.
Yep. And I'm sorry I have an awful lot going on, and I went through that one like 3 months ago, so I honestly don't remember. I'm sorry.
He's been hanging out for a while. Further questions? Vote for my left, please.
Miles, yes.
Evans, no.
Mullins, yes.
Foster, no.
Gaines, yes. Motion carries. Item 1E, discuss and/or take action to adopt resolution number R 2021-022, approving a grant of $25,000 to Heartmasters.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution R 2021-022, approving a grant of $25,000 to Heartmasters.
Second.
Motion and a second. Resolution number R 2021-022 of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas, a resolution approving a grant of $25,000 for Heartmasters.
Heartmasters is Dr. Audio, who has been here for quite some time. He has a practice in Dallas and here. He needs to enhance his space. It doesn't look great, and he wants it to be a better facility, which is what these grants are all about.
What's he doing? What's he want to do with it?
He's mostly doing interior improvements. He will also be doing some on the outside, and the description should be there. Again, as I say, it's been 3 months. I apologize.
Just looking, let me see if we can see it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Further discussion?
Are you familiar with the building, by the way? It's on 198, and he has a big building. There's a center that goes backwards. So the front, Heartmasters, is kind of by across from Sonic, and then it goes back, and there's more space behind, and he is improving all of that.
So does he own the building?
Yes, he does.
Further discussion? Vote for my left, please.
Miles, yes.
Evans, no.
Mullins, yes.
Foster, no.
Gaines, yes. Motion carries. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.
Wow.
17, how about that?
Was that all four?
That was it?
Boy.